Welcome back to the Notre Dame Anti-Dynasty, where we have kickoff power along with pass blocking going up for Notre Dame after the 2-score loss to Stanford last episode. Pass blocking now going all the way up to 80, and that kickoff power going up to 70. I would be surprised if not all the kickoffs were touchbacks. Opponent is Vanderbilt. Average in basically everything. Quite frankly, I'm surprised they're that good. I don't expect a whole lot from them here in the Birmingham Bowl. It's not exactly prestigious, and you wonder why. Anyway, getting into play, Tyler Buchner, very first drive, 3rd down and 3. He's going to launch it, but he's short. Thankfully, Lorenzo Styles is there to make the catch. Now, a little bit later, 3rd down again. He's going to go ahead and he's going to swing this one out. And bam, it's Wayne Perry, but hold on, there's a flag. And it's PI on the offense. So that puts them at 3rd down and 20, and they're not even going to go for the first down marker. So that will force them to settle for this here field goal. Notre Dame takes a 3-0 lead. The Leprechaun does his little jig, and let's see how Vanderbilt responds. Their very first drive is going to end with a pick, so at least they're not building up our hopes that they'll somehow do something. Notre Dame, very next drive, Tyler Buchner on a QB draw. He finds some blockers and he finds some green for a first down, 24 yards. Fast forward, sweep to the left for Audric Estime, and he's just a little too fast and he punches it in for Notre Dame. 2-score lead already. Yes, at least they're not making us think that there's a chance. Now, here's what happens. You fake the handoff. Swan, hey, he still has his man right there, and he knows he's going to get caught. So he tries to be clever and pitches it back to lose a whole bunch of yards. And by he, I mean me. I was not smart there. Very next play, he tries to make up for it and only makes it worse. Loses 14. They don't recover from that. 1st down and 10. Very next drive. Bam. Lorenzo Styles, he's open. Picks up 24 more. A little bit later, 2nd quarter, Buchner plows ahead for a touchdown. And so now we have a 3-score lead. If Vanderbilt were to somehow come back from this, it would be one of those bonus ones, but it's intercepted instead on the deep shot. And no one is really surprised by that if they've watched this channel for any length of time, really. 3rd down and 6, trying to get off the field, hoping to do anything aside from that. That's a touchdown for Notre Dame, and yeah, with the extra point, it's still technically a 3-score game. It's just 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. But to do that, Vanderbilt will have to first score a touchdown, and there's a positive offensive highlight, or a positive any highlight for Vanderbilt, but they can't have nice things because they do stuff like that. So yeah, they're not exactly in a great position, but they do make it 3rd down and 13, and it's a screen pass for Notre Dame. Easy one to defend. So now you have to wonder, what's Vanderbilt going to do? Well, they go to 4th and 9, not exactly elite, but they're going to go for it from their own 25 and throw an interception from their own 25, because of course they would. And that is not a smart play by Vanderbilt. Definitely should have punted. And yeah, that's just going to bring on the field goal team. Kick is up, and it's right through the middle. So that's going to end the first half 27-0. Not exactly sure what Vanderbilt was thinking this game would go like. Probably not like this, but yeah, here's how the second half goes. So first, we actually have a touchdown for Vanderbilt. Another positive highlight for the Commodores. They even convert a nifty 2-point conversion, but Notre Dame goes on the next drive, kicks a field goal. Still a 3-score game though, but Vanderbilt is Vanderbilt, and so they're going to throw an interception, which leads to another Notre Dame field goal. This one from a ways away. That makes it a 4-possession game now. And on Notre Dame's next drive, it's not a pick, it's a fumble. And it's recovered by Notre Dame, because that's how these things go. Now, they would manage to get back into the end zone one more time. They only kicked the one. But just to remind us of what kind of team they are, they're going to throw one last interception right at the end of the game. Notre Dame wins their bowl game in the Birmingham Bowl. Yeah, 33-15, and even that score is generous to Vanderbilt for showing how the game went. Suffice to say, the game went pretty well for basically everything in Notre Dame. especially Lorenzo Styles. He had over 100 yards, 7 total sacks, led by Tyson Ford with 3. And Notre Dame, when you win the turnover battle 7-0, you're bound to win the game. So that does that. If you're a Vanderbilt fan, why? Honestly, why do you torture yourself so? I mean, I'm not going to recommend rooting for Tennessee, but like anyone else. We do have a couple records. Xavier Watts breaks the school record for most interceptions in a season with 14, and also in a career with 23. And all around, I mean, offense wasn't exactly spectacular for anyone in particular. I mean, Buchner and Estime weren't there. No one was there for receiving. But solo tackles, Roberson and Colley pick up 4th and 5th. And then sacks, Burnham picks up 2nd by half a sack. And then Watts and Roberson are 1 and 2 respectively in picks. Probably the greatest interception season of NCAA history for a pair of players. And we don't actually have a lot of guys leaving. Even Tyler Buchner is staying. Yeah, that's right, he's staying for the pro draft. He's a 95 right now. As for recruiting, which I hardly ever showed, if at all, this last season, here's why. Notre Dame picked up 12 5-stars, 4 10-stars, 3 3-stars. And that may or may not be with the help of a very much cheese strategy, but you know what? It's perfect recruiting for Notre Dame. That's what they get. So we're going to go ahead and we're not going to reorder like that. We're going to go ahead and sort. We're going to sort by overall because, let's be honest, that's what's really important. So you have Everett Fitzpatrick, number 2 athlete, Kelvin Dawson, Ethan Carey, Brandon Ball, Eric Jackson, Jeremiah Armstrong, Jermaine Richards, Josh Foster, Max Hunter, right there, wide receiver, David Henderson, Victor Nelson, Scott Porter, Jeremy Austin, Jake Lee, Jamie Stovall, Dustin Pruitt, Willie Hines, Mark Lewis, Kevin Mathis, Andrew Anderson, Kevin Pope, Jacob Grant, Marcus Walker, no, not that Marcus Walker, Jacob Buckley, and Perry Williamson. If they're in the 70s, they'll probably get cut next year because of better recruits. That's just the nature of this thing. And we're moving some guys around. Fitzpatrick goes to wide receiver. You got Dawson, he's going to running back. You got Austin, he's actually going to go to free safety because he's an 82 overall there. And then Perry Williamson, with his 96 speed, will go to the running back position. That could be deadly. As for cutting, we're very strict on cutting. 15 guys, and none of them really deserve to be cut. If they were on literally any other roster, they would stay on the team. But this is Notre Dame with the most broken recruiting you've ever seen. And so we're just going to say tough luck to these guys. A lot of them are redshirt freshmen or sophomores because they were recruited before Notre Dame got the recruiting hack. We're even going to cut the fullback we just got, and even a 92 overall senior because it's his last year and he wasn't going to start anyway. Now here's all the red shirts. Essentially, it's every freshman except for Perry Williamson and those who are filling in an immediate role. I did, however, keep Perry Williamson unredshirted because he is so fast. He'll probably start this year. And also, I did redshirt Quinn Finley because he and Buchner are the same overall. I think Buchner is going into his final season. If not in year, he'll go to the draft almost certainly. It'll let Finley start with a year or 2 left in his eligibility, but that's how that goes. And here is the end of the redshirting. So schedule, I decided one more year to get some extra losses on Notre Dame to boost the sliders before going into the final year. So start with Syracuse, neutral site, rematch from last year. Then we go on the road to Clemson, Death Valley, that ought to be fun. Then ACC time, it's North Carolina. And by ACC time, I mean like the first 5 games. You got Miami at home and then on the road to Florida State. And if you count Cal as an ACC school, which in real life they are, but not really, they're next. Then on the road to Norman, Oklahoma, come home for Michigan rematch from year 1 in which Michigan blew out Notre Dame. Florida State gets Notre Dame in the swamp, and then Ole Miss travels to South Bend, then a bye, and then Texas will invite Notre Dame in. They want revenge. And then USC, who Notre Dame has yet to beat. We'll see if they can this time. That rounds out the season, and that means we have Game 1 on tap, number 10 versus number 12, to start the year. Syracuse isn't shabby, but not elite. I hope to see you there, but until then, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and have a nice day.